All right. Well, this one's kind of, just kind of like one of those reviews where I literally just finished watching this episode. Like, it's one of those episodes where I had to drop everything and review this episode, like, immediately as soon as I got, done with it. Cheap Show, Big City Greens. The funniest Big City Greens episode, in my opinion. I'm gonna say that right now. This is probably one of the best fourth wall break episodes I've seen in quite some time. Oddly enough, Bill wants to not spend any money this night because all of them want to go to like the street fair or whatever. And so Bill basically says, "Oh, let's just stay inside tonight. Whatever. Let's do whatever it is that we want to do here inside." And so the entire episode is basically just inside the house because he wants to spend as little money as possible during this night, which could also be spend as little money on this episode as possible. I mean, come on. Cheap Show, it refers to the show, but it also refers to the fact that, Bill or whatever is doing this to us. It's like, come on. At first, I thought this was gonna be a simple like clip show. That's why I thought first it was gonna be. That's what I like about this episode. It actually like twists your expectations as to what it's gonna be. You think at first it's gonna be one of those clip shows because they show a clip from season one, and of course, I immediately said out loud, I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be one of these episodes. It's gonna be a clip show episode. All right, let's go and see how they do this." Only to have Cricket complain that every other show does this exact episode. Complaining how the producers are lazy whenever Cricket is voiced by one of the executive producers. This episode is just funny. I'm gonna try not to spoil too many of the jokes because I don't want to like completely spoil this for anybody. To be fair, if you want to go watch this episode, go on ahead. I'm not. Let me have my moment. This is such a good episode. I don't think I'm ever gonna have this sort of episode in Big City Greens ever again. This sort of really, really funny episode. Not to say like Big City Greens is boring or anything, but this was definitely the first episode that I've seen where it was me laughing the entire time. It was one of those episodes where what's gonna happen next? It was one of those episodes. What's gonna happen next? What are they gonna reference next? What's gonna happen? Because you already know what this episode's gonna be by the second joke. Like Tilly pulls out a damn storyboard. And like Cricket says, has this happened yet? And Tilly like winks, like, no, it hasn't. And just she like winks. That's gonna be an episode in season 3, by the way. We're gonna see Tilly in Tokyo. I love how you have the fucking like the fight scene to be decided. I love that shit. That was so good. Oh, there was a few other ones. There was a few other like stupid ones. Even there was like a part with like the knock knock joke or whatever where it was like, okay, Bill, I'm gonna tell a knock knock joke. That's what I'm gonna do. Only for him to then mess up horribly on the knock knock. So there's some good fourth wall break ones. And then there's also some good, decent, like actual, like decent jokes in this episode. There's a lot of really funny ones. I'm sure there's a few others that like are kind of not really too obvious that I probably missed. I'm sure the cutting out of the TV has something to do with it. Of course, they do utter the word fourth wall break in this episode. I won't spoil it, but they do. They do utter it at one point. They do. I think my favorite moment had to definitely be the cricket part, though. We were talking about how like shows do this type of episode all the damn time where they have clips because the producers are too lazy. And then the ending gag, I won't spoil it, but they did something with that too, which I thought was kind of funny and kind of neat. But yeah, this episode's great. This episode was entertaining. This episode was funny. This episode didn't stop. It never stopped. It didn't feel like it stopped in any place. The pacing was great. If you want to watch Big City Greens, I would probably recommend this episode. This is probably the best I've seen from this show so far, so I would definitely recommend this. They even tried to be like clever. They did another clip where they tried to be a little bit more clever with it or whatever, and they actually made a gag out of it, which I thought was pretty interesting, which I wasn't expecting that one, and that was cool. So this episode is clever, it's funny, it's entertaining, it's good pace, it's amazing, it's great. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, see the like, comment, subscribe, and awesome. And of course, guys, I'll see you guys when you say anything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye, everybody. I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone.